Assalamu alaikum. Hello guys, how are you? In today's class, we'll be focusing on speaking, mostly in IELTS. We have part 1 questions here. I think these 3 and 4, these 4 questions are the questions which are given usually when the examination starts. And I find some students have trouble with answering the questions. For example, what is your full name? Sometimes they just say, okay, James Bond. It's also correct, but I would recommend using my full name is James Bond, for example. My full name is Chris Tucker. And the second question is, how can I call you? You can just call me James. Sometimes people just answer the first question by giving the answer to the second one as well. For example, they can say my full name is James Bond, and you can call me James. I wouldn't recommend doing so. Instead, I would recommend answering the question itself, like what is your full name? My full name is Isra Nizambai. And the second question is, how can I call you? This is usually asked by the examiner. You can just call me James, you can just call me Isra, you can just call me Bob. This structure, you can just call me James, is better than just saying James or call me James. This gives the signal to the examiner that your plan is to score higher than 7.5. So here we have the third question, and the third question is, it's not a question of the speaking test itself, but it's to see your ID. Can I see your ID? Usually the examiners ask this question after they've asked you your full name. Can I see your ID? And they'll have a look at your ID and they'll compare it to the name they have on their paper to confirm your identity. And then for that question you can say, of course you can, here it is. It's also a very good answer because it's very polite and it has got a structure. And when it comes to the last question here, where do you come from? For this question you can just say Namangan or Tashkent or Dubai, or you can choose to say I come from a city called New York, or I come from a city called Dubai, I come from a city called Namangan. And if you want to prolong your answer, which is recommended by the teachers, I come from a city called Namangan, which is located on the northeastern part of Uzbekistan. Why? So for the first 3 questions, you can be short and to the point, which means you're answering the questions. And from the first question till the last question in part 1, you need to widen your answers by saying I come from a city called Namangan, which is located on the northeastern part of Uzbekistan. So sorry guys, we have a spelling mistake here. So what is your full name? How can I call you? Can I see your ID? Where do you come from? These are the first 4 elementary questions in part 1. So from question 5 and till question 9, you'll have different types of questions, but all of them will be familiar and you will find them very easy while answering the questions.